everybody! I hope we are all doing well. It's so lovely to be here again. It's been a little while, hasn't it? I might as well start by saying a few hellos. So hello to Suze, hello to Emma, hello to Barbs. It's lovely to have you here, and hello to Shannon. Wow, this evening it's going to be a bit of a fun one because, as you can kind of semi-see, because I absolutely adore my new my new interfacey thing, but it does cover up a little bit of my desk, but it's fine. We love it. It's great. So today we're going to be playing with Sheena's Trees and Meadows and Field and Fallow stamps. So these aren't the only things that we're going to be using. Just for transparency, I have bought and paid for these myself. Sheena has not given them to me, and as such, you know, all of my thoughts and feelings about the things that I use are all my own thoughts and feelings, because, you know, I do that because I'm naughty. So in buying these stamps, I also got a free digital file to print and cut these lovely images that Sheena has drawn. Now, as you can see, what I've done with these ones, hi Betty, what I've done with these ones is I've actually put white out over the middle line that goes from top to the bottom. Oh, hello B, thank you so much for being here. Oh wow, I'm so glad that you're learning so much. Hello Hazel, welcome on in. Oh, it's so lovely that everyone's popped on over from Michelle's live. So a big thank you to everyone who's coming over from Michelle's live. I really appreciate that. I was just explaining quickly that as a part of buying these Sheena stamps, I also got a digi for these lovely backgrounds that you can use. You can cut them out of paper and use them just to make your shadow or whatever. I can't remember the exact name of the terminology for it because it's usually stencils, but she's been really gracious and done these as a little freebie. So I've printed them all out, and because she's so helpful, she's done a line down the middle where you can actually fold it in half and cut it, and then you can just cut round it and you get your perfect image. But for my usage, I didn't want that, so I've whited out all of these lines that go down the middle of these, and they are some lovely different images. I mean, you've got a love. I do really like them, and I also like the love heart as well. I mean, I don't understand how she freehands these. Shana, welcome on in. Hello, Matt. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's Matt's first Gaz Live. Well, welcome, dear. Aren't you lucky? So these images are really, really lovely, and we're going to be playing with this one this evening. But before I go ahead and do that, what do I use for digital? So for the cutting of all of my digital files, I use my brother's Scan Cut. I do have a Silhouette Cameo 4 as well, but she's being naughty, so we've put her in the corner. Hello Michelle, welcome on in, my lovely. Thank you for coming on over from your live and for bringing all these lovely people with you. A big kiss to you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So before I did my live, I decided that I was going to have a little play, and I actually pre-cut, and I don't know if I showed you the page. I did print it out, but I probably put it somewhere really safe. Oh no, you know what I did is I flipped it over. So this is the one that I did this morning, and as you can see here, I've used my Scan and Cut. I ordered Mylar from Amazon. We've now learned an important lesson that you can't trust everybody on Amazon. So this Mylar is apparently just acetate. Ben, hello Mr. Ben, it's lovely to have you, sir. So this still works just as good. I tested it out earlier on, so it will still do what I want it to do. So I've made this 6.5 by 6.5 stencil using this exact. You can see there it all lines up, but it's a little bit bigger because I've augmented it, and you also get the central cutout for that as well. So on the Scan and Cut software, I will be showing you how to cut one of these this evening, and I went through all of this super duper. I've done all of the things on the computer so that I can show you. See, watch, right? I can press a button and watch this, right? Where's the button? I press that button and you come back to me. How cool is that? I've got buttons. And not only have I got buttons, I've also got coffee. So expect all sorts of chaos and tribulations to ensue very, very shortly. So this one is the one that we're going to be cutting this evening. Hello, Christy. Welcome on in. Oh my gosh, there are so many people here. I can't believe it. Thank you all so much for being here. So, yeah, now that we've just kind of gone through that one that I made earlier on, and if I believe correctly, now please don't take this as serious stuff, because this was me just messing about this morning. So let's not take this too seriously, okay? What I'm about to show you, I was just messing about. So this was what I managed to come up with this morning. So I've done a little bit of ink blending, I've done the stamping, and figured out obviously that it does actually work. So hooray. It actually works. So I'm going to move that off out the way just for now, and we're going to move over to the Scan and Cut software. Now there are two versions. Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Matt. See, look, it's my sparkly new Inkoids mug. So as you, a lot of you are aware, Sheena has invited me to be a member of her design team, and as such I got an Inkoid mug. So I'm very lucky. I am very I'm very humbled and very actually really excited by the fact that I have been invited to be a part of Sheena's design team. Oh, sorry, and I've got somebody coughing in the background who also got a mug. They got a Carry On Crafting mug, which was made by Sheena for them. Actually, just a quick, before I do carry on, yeah, Christy, Aaron has a mug too. He was doing that. The, you know, what's her name from Harry Potter? I can't remember her name. I'm tangenting. Yeah, you were doing an Umbridge. You were pulling an Umbridge. Well done, Professor. Sheena does not work with Crafter's Companion anymore. She's out in the world on her own, just like our very lovely Michelle McCarthy is as well. I think that they're both doing absolutely sterling jobs at the moment, and I'm so grateful to be a part of both of their lives, actually, really, to be honest. So I'm going to get this ready. So this is my Scan and Cut mat. As you can tell, I'm just going to take the protective layer off of it, and as you can see, this is a very well loved mat. Now, I've done a lot of cutting with this poor thing. It's probably not much longer left for this world, and I will have to buy a new one shortly, but for now we're still going. And all I'm going to do is put my acetate sheet, which is allegedly Mylar, on to my mat, which is absolutely fine, and then I'm just going to load that up onto my Scan and Cut machine, and then we're going to move over to the Scan and Cut software. So I'm just loading that onto the machine, and there are two versions of this software. Either way, it's absolutely free, and it will only interface with a Scan and Cut. The only thing you have to do is sign up for a free account with Brother for it. I've already logged into mine, so we will just take it all up. You'll be able to hear me, but unfortunately you won't be able to see me because I haven't figured out that part of the magic yet. So here we go. Mylar is what stencils are made out of. So this material here is Mylar, and it's what stencils are cut from. Hopefully that will answer. Hopefully that answers your question. Matt, please send me the information for that. For that Mylar that you've got a good deal on, because I'd really like it. We're going to head back over to the scan and cut software. I am so sorry. I have been sat talking to myself. Gosh. So I'm going to go through this again. So I'm just going to remove that, and I'll go through it again from the beginning, because literally I must have been talking to myself. So to open the SVG file in the Brother Scan and Cut, I just press the SVG button, and we can see down here that I have my SVG file that's called Maple Leaf, and there it is. I just press that and it magically appears on my cutting mat. And because I'm making a 6-inch card, I don't want it to be as big as the card, so I'm just going to change that to 5 inches, and we've got the smaller leaf just there. Now, what I would like to do is put a square outline around the outside, which is going to help me cut it properly. So just on the left hand side here, I have my shape window, and that will bring in all the shapes that I have available to me and what I can use. And we can see there it's just plopped in the square, and all I'm going to do is change that to 6.5, and those measurements are in inches. Those ones are. And again, it maintains the aspect ratio, which is absolutely perfect for what we want. And we can see here that we are a little bit off kilter with our leaf. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move that out of the way, if it will actually let me. Come on, behave. And I'm going to put that right back there. So this is the 6.5 square that we want our leaf to fit in, and I'm just going to literally by eye do this. So I'm going to literally drop it in by eye to the centre, and it should be somewhere roughly about there. I'm absolutely happy with that. And what I need to do now is send it off to the machine. Now, I have a Scan and Cut CM900, so that has internet connectivity, so I can export and transfer my file, but it gives me all the options that I have available to me. So if you have a USB flash drive, you can plug that in and you can transfer it, you can export it via... Oh no, you can't do it by the USB cable. If you have a USB cable plugged into it, you can send it directly, and that will work on any machine. You can export it as an FCM file, which is what the Scan and Cut machine understands, and you could put that on your USB stick and plug the USB stick directly into your machine. Or if you're really lucky like me and have a Wi-Fi enabled one, you can use the middle option and transfer via the internet, and it says the register machine is now ready to download the file. So that's all done. Just going to double make sure that I've done that. And now I'm going to go onto my machine. Unfortunately, I can't show you this, so let's pull me back because you guys will want to see me, I guess. I'm back! So I'm just going to stop it. I'm just going to go onto my screen and select, and I'll show you. I'm going to move this camera so that you guys can see. It is the small camera, so I'm just going to show you the screen just there, and we can see there that my little file's made it across. I'm going to press OK. I'm going to select cut, and then I'm going to press the play button, and the machine's going to start cutting it for me. Now we do have other options that we can use as well, so I could actually make a card blank from that file as well. I don't know if you guys might be interested in seeing that. If you are, just let me know and I'll be more than happy to do that for you. If not, not a problem. And here we go. It won't be just another quick second. It's just cutting it reg, and there we are. And there we go. All I need to do is just peel that off. Oh, we did have a little bit of a... We've had a little bit of a jump on there, so... These things happen sometimes. It's because I didn't stick the sheet down correctly, so that's my fault. But everything that we wanted cutting has been cut absolutely perfectly. I just need to remove a few little bits. I really think that, yeah, there we go. I think I need to adjust my setting. So there we have our maple leaf inner. Oh, here we go. I'll pop it on a piece of black card so that you can see it. So we have our maple leaf inner, and then we have our maple leaf stencil. Even though there is a little bit of a kerfuffle with the bit down here, that doesn't really matter. Oh, hello, Crystal's Creations. Welcome on in. Thank you for being here. Are you a new person? I think you might be. Thank you for popping in. I really appreciate it. So now we are done with the little section of the scan and cut, so I'm sure we're all very pleased with that. So I will be delving into doing a little bit more with the scan and cut going forward. I'll just readjust my camera. There we are. I will be doing a bit more with the scan and cut going forward. I'll be doing a few tutorials with cutting more things such as stencils and things like that, because I think it is really something that I would like to get on to doing a lot more of. So I'm just gonna have a quick little bit of me coffee, because you know we need to keep the old pipes going, don't we? And I'm going to bring in my stamp wheel. So we're going to pop these bits off to the side just for now. But we do have our stencil at the ready. So I'm just going to take that off. And what I've got here is just a piece of 5x5 watercolour cardstock, guys. So I'm just going to position that onto my mat, and that will hold it. And that's the great thing that I love about this, is that it's got that tacky mat, because it also makes my life easier for when I want to use a stencil. So all I have to do is line my stencil up to where I want it on the cardstock, and there we are. Hello, Diamond Painting Cutie. Welcome on in. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for being here. We're just doing some stenciling at the moment. And then we're going to do some stamping. I love stamping. And then we're going to do some watercolouring. I also love watercolouring because they're using our watercolour cardstock. So we've got our stencil down just now. What I would like to do, I think, is start off by doing our ink blending. So I've got my basic colours here that I'm going to be using. So I've got my tumbled glass in the Distress Oxide, the Wild Honey, the Salted Ocean, and the Bundled Sage. Now, I'm not sure how I'm going to make this work, but I'm going to make it work. So, it's been a little while since I've done ink blending, so bear with me, kids. And I've not got a lot of space on my desk at the moment because I've got a lot going on. So, I'm just going to put a little bit of my bundled sage down because that's where we're going to be starting. And again, the super duper secret ingredient, a nice little, only a tiny little drop of our glycerin. And I'm just going to go down at the bottom of the leaf here. Tiny little bit because I don't want it to be too strong, but then I need it to blend across as well. I think I went in a little bit too harsh. It has been a little while since I've last ink blended, so. And we've got that lovely nice start just there with the green, and normally I would just pick that up and pop it onto a piece of card or CAD, depending on who you are. I am sorry, Michelle's going to strangle me in a minute, I swear. So I've got that lovely little bit of blending just happening there, and I'm going to go in with a bit of my salty ocean, and this is going to form the bottom part of my sky. And you can see there, because I didn't use my glycerin, the ink's gone on a bit hard, but it's not a problem because we can fix that with a bit of glycerin. Now I'm just going to pick that up, and I'm using the lighter blue towards the middle and the bottom here. Because I don't want it to be too strong, but I am going to come in with a little bit of my salty ocean going up because I want that to be a brighter colour, a darker colour. I want the depth of colour. Remind me, guys, not to take too much of a break next time, hey? It has been just a smidgy little while since the last time I was live. I suppose I should really update you guys on all of the things that have happened since I was last live. I got put onto a new project at work, which I didn't fit in on. So I got moved back off of that. So I'm now back to my normal working hours, which I think is good in a way, but not so great in another, because I don't have such a structured time to be able to do things for you guys. But I do have a bit more free time because it was putting me in a bit of a corner with time constraints. So I get a little bit more time off now, which is great. What else? I was ill. I was really ill. Both Aaron and I ended up with this mystery virus that knocked us out for about 3 weeks. I think Aaron's still suffering a bit from it. Bless him. But I just want to know what you guys have all been up to. Has there been anything exciting going on for all of you? I really want to know. Because I'm nosy. I'm nosy. Leave me alone. I like being nosy. There we are. I know this looks a bit of a mess right now, but I promise it will look pretty good by the time it's done. I'm just trying to blend out a little bit that orange. I don't know what on earth's going on over there. Right. So we've got all our nice colours in. Now we're going to do some stamping. Some stamping. We're going to stamp, girls. Now, it's a little bit like water. So I'm going to pull some of these stamps because they're gorgeous and they're 100% photopolymer and they smell yummy. I'm just going, I absolutely don't have a fascination with how stamps smell at all. So I'm just going to literally pull some out and I'm going to line them up and see how I like them. And then we'll get to stamping. So, yeah, I like how those two look together. And where are we going to go? Oh, yeah. We might have a little bit of this. We're going to go with a little bit of... oh, maybe not that one. But I know which one I do really want. I want the house. Because one day I'm going to live in this house. I promise. One day I will be living in that little house right there. So we're going to have that. And oh, what can we put right just next to it? Should we have another tree? Yeah, we'll have another tree. Oh, maybe not another tree. That tree is a little bit too big. What else have we got? Let's have a look, because I haven't even opened this one up yet. Oh, we're going to have to put some of the birdies in. Oh my gosh, there is a heck of a lot of stamps. Yeah, we're gonna use that little tree, and we're gonna have some birdies. We're gonna have to use the birdies because the birdies look cool. Some little birdies. Sorry, I'm really getting into this. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if the chat's working or not because I'm just going to have a quick look on the actual app. Because apparently I'm a little bit hopeless. Oh, the chat must be working, I guess. Oh, fair enough. I just didn't know if maybe I was losing the plot. Right, so we're going to start off with stamping this lovely lot. Now, I've recently got into Lisa Horton inks as well. So, I've got her solid black here. And I love the fact that on the back it says what I can use with it. So it says it's fast drying, it's crisp, it's permanent, it's water resistant, it works well with watercolours. I love that because then I know what I can do. So I'm just going to ink all of these lovelies up. And I know some of these are going to go over, but it doesn't matter. I've watched a few lives now. I find myself chatting away to the screen as if I'm having a full-on conversation with the presenter. Oh, bless you, B. I think we all get like that. I've been there a few times. So I'm just going to bring in my pressure tool that I made myself because I love making things and I'm a lunatic. So Emma, the ink is Lisa Horton Crafts ink. It's solid black, and I just really like the fact that it tells you on the back what you can do with it. So I'm not getting confused. I mean, I know what all my oxides and my my distress inks are for, but sometimes I get a bit confused when it comes to inks for stamping, and I've got all sorts of different inks, and then I'm a bit like, oh, which one's the one for watercolour? Which one's the one for alcohol markers? And then I'm just sat here and I'm like, Oh, I picked the wrong one. So, yeah, it happens. It happens a lot. Right, okay, so I didn't put enough pressure in on that one. So let's just put that in there a little bit more. And that is the great thing about having a stamp wheel or a repositionable platform, is that you can just go back in, re-ink, and make it all happen again. I use my label printer, Wow, I need assistance. I use my label printer and label them. Oh well, that is a very I do that so that I know what they are, but I'm not very good at doing the whole what they're for. So I think I need to reassess my choices on that one. There we go. Let's just give that a good bit of pressure, and hopefully we should have a nice good stamp. I'm thinking that it might be down to the fact that this stuff isn't proper mylar, that it's not stamping correctly. I'm having to put extra pressure and apparently extra ink. So I'm just going to put a bit of extra ink on there, because that seems to be the only place where it's not gone right. So there we are. Hopefully now that will go down nice. You were getting confused on what it does, and it does help. That's brilliant. I think that is something I need to take from you. Right, there we go. And because I'm an absolute stickler for being clean, we know what I'm like. I'm just gonna... And it also shows as well that the ink is really good at coming off of the stamp as well, because you don't want your stamps covered in... Or at least I don't. Don't I? No, I don't. No. Right. So there we go. I've done my little bit of stamping for the inside now, and all I'm going to do is peel away that stencil, so it is going to take away all of that extra inkiness that didn't get put down onto the actual project. And we can see just there how gorgeous does that look. And I mean, I've not even done the colouring or anything on it yet. I think that looks absolutely gorgeous. So what we're going to do next is bring in our little mask, because this is a little bit smaller. I'm just going to check and make sure that it's okay. I'm not sure how it got that small, because it should be the same size. But I think there might have been a little bit of a problem in the cutting. But to make that sit over, thank you, dear. I'll be sure to show everybody in a minute. Oh, it's lovely. It's very, very good. I like it. I'm just going to mask that off, and all I've done is used a little bit of my dotty tape runner. This is a hunky-dory one. You can get many different ones. Many different ones. And now I can do whatever I like to the outside of it, and that will still hold there. It's not going to go anywhere. So my plan... I didn't have a plan for the outside of it, I don't think. I was just going to... But what my plan could be is that I can then ink around the outside of this. I can put extra stamps on it. I could put another tree over here. I can put some extra bits of foliage down at the bottom. But I didn't have the plan to do that. So I'm going to take that off. I just wanted to put it on there to show you that you can do that. I want this to stay exactly as it is. I'm going to take that off of there. And we're going to put it onto our normal surface. I'm going to move some bits and pieces out of the way. And now we're going to do the fun bit of a bit of inky painting. I love a bit of inky painting. So I'm going to use, I got these really cool new watercolour pens that I got off of Amazon. They were suggested to me by Sheena. They're Pentel. And you can just, and I'm just going to come along the bottom here. I'm just going to pick up a little bit of the green and I'm just going to flick. Just do little flicks of the darker coloured green. Just to give it a little bit more. And just up here, I'm going to use it to colour in all those lovely little bits. I'm just going to, it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, because you kind of expect some of it to look a bit dingier in places, but I am going, I'm just building it up. I'm just going to try and get that to be a little bit darker. And the great thing about this as well is if you want to, you can also blend your colours. I'm just going to give that a nice little streak, and I'm just going to follow that line and pull that down there so it looks like it's going off to the side there. What I should have done is really left the cover on it, and there we go. I'm going to go in a bit stronger at the bottom here with those flicks for the grass, and it'll really give that kind of look as though there is some nice long grass. I'm kind of going going into a bit of a coma, but you can see how that's all coming together really nicely just there. The set that I bought, Caroline, it was £15, and you got 4 pens. There's the fine, the broad, the brush and the flat. So you do get all 4 watercolour pens in that. Thank you so much, B. I really appreciate you saying that. And I'm just gonna, I just want that to kind of build up a little bit more. I'm gonna push that over there. And in a minute, we're gonna go in and we're gonna do the tree, and we're colouring our little birds and the fence down at the bottom. I think I chose a colour that's just a little bit too close to the green that I've used for the background. So I'm going to just try and give it a little bit more of a push up here with the green, just to make it look a little bit more grassy. And the great thing is as well, again, is it doesn't need to look absolutely perfect, because when did grass ever look perfect? Because I don't think it's ever looked perfect. And I just really want to emphasize. So what am I going to do for that? I'm going to put down a little bit of my modal, a little bit of my bundled sage. I'm going to pick that up. I'm going to mix them both together just to give me a slightly different shade of green, so that I can really put an emphasis on those lines going down there, That should be absolutely fine. Let's just do that and clear those bits up. Ugh. I am so sorry that I've kind of gone off into a little... I've gone into a watercolouring coma. So I'm going to come in with the ink pad that started it all for Mr. Timmy Holtz, the walnut stain. So that's a little bit of pointless trivia if you're not aware. That the first ever ink pad that Tim Holtz came out with was walnut stain. I just want to pick up, because I want these top bits to be a little bit darker than the bottom bits. And again, I'm just going to go in and I'm going to carry that on as well, so it kind of looks like it just carries on. And once it's dry, I'll come in with my black pen and I'll draw in a couple of lines across it as well, just so that it doesn't look like I've just painted it there. Just a little tiny bit there. And because I might actually mix some of this with the green that I've got and see if we can get a little bit darker green for me to put down for the grass, because we want some nice little grassy tufts. There we are. So I should have a fine liner pen hiding in here somewhere. I'm just going to go across like that, just putting in, just so it kind of looks like it just carries on. There we are, and we can see what I just did there, where I've just made it look like that the fence carries on. I'm going to use a bit of my mowed lawn, I think. We're going to mix this brown with that. Hopefully it will come out with a nice stark green. Ha 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 ha. And it did. Yay! It did what I wanted it to do. Makes a really nice change. There we are. And it's given me the effect that I wanted it to. And I'll just clean that bit off there, because I just want to drop that so that I can then go in and do a little bit. There we are, that looks brilliant, I think. We'll just clean that off. I did put down a little bit too much because I'm terrible. Pentel, oh, sorry, I didn't realise them. And I'm just going to put down a little bit of my orange and a little bit of green. And I'm going to make my bird is... Oh no. I picked up a little bit too much, it would seem, at that point. So I'm just going to... I know that it's not real colour of birds, but we can have whatever we want, right? We're painting. It's fine. There we are. I'm just going to do the roof of the house. I'm just going to tap that off a little bit because we don't want that to be too rich. There we are. I'll try that again. Behave. There we go. That went down a little bit better. And I'll mix that with some, maybe not that, because I'm going to mix some orange with some blue, and then well actually I don't even really need to mix it with the blue because the blue's already down. Let's just get that nice and I went a bit too harsh with that as well. There we go. I'm just going to really just a nice little and it gives it a really nice light wash as well, which I kind of like. I've made a bit of a pig's ear of that, haven't I? But that's not a problem, because what I can do, we are oh, is that what I've done? So everybody's, instead of everybody being here talking and joining in, you're all off buying brush pens. So what you're saying is Amazon's going to be Amazon's going to be like, why is everybody buying me brush pens? Oh gosh, the things that happen. The things that happen. Right, I'm just going to try and do my best to... I just need to clean... I'd like that to be a bit cleaner than what it is, because that was my own silly fault for getting ink everywhere. What we've learned is leave the stencil down until you're done with what you're doing, especially when it comes to painting. Because I've been a silly what name. So what I'd already prepared is a 6x6 card, a 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 matte and layer. And you know what? I think I'm going to do, just to loosen it off a bit, I think I'm just going to grab my vintage photo. Let's put a bit of that down, and we're going to make it look intentional, that it's a bit of a mess. We learn from your error, we don't mind. Oh, thank you. Well, this is the thing, is that I'm a kind, you know, like we've always kind of said, haven't we, guys, is that I'm a bit of a warts and all crafter, and you will see absolutely everything that can and will go wrong when I'm crafting, and it does, and you will see it, and I don't shy away from it, I don't hide from it, I just get on with it, we make it happen, and sometimes we stick a butterfly over it, or whatever it is that we need to do to make it look nicer. You know what, I think I am going to actually use that. It's not going to be great, but I am going to use it, and we're going to experience the whole thing. And it just goes to show what may not have been a plan at the beginning can always be a plan somewhere along the middle. I'm going to need a little bit more of my vintage photo. A little bit more there, and there we go. Well, I have learned, if I make him laugh, I'm off the hook. True. You are not taking those brushes. You're not taking the brushes. I'll bloody buy you some before you take mine. I'll buy you your own. No, I'll just buy you your own. And you can leave mine alone. And what I was thinking of doing as well, actually, is just kind of, just with my pen, And again, I'm not being super duper perfect with this, but I do want to pick it out. And just put a nice line just around the outer edge. You know what, I think I'm getting better at doing things like this, you know. Once upon a time I would never have even bothered trying to do this. But it's all kind of just looking and thinking and seeing, and it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just going to put this, again, I'm just in a drawing a line coma. I will be back in a moment. I am sorry, guys. I won't be long. Just as soon as we've put this line up around here, because I want it to still stand out, and it does look really kind of vintage at the same time. I like it. It's really good. And there we go. You should have your own video session. Yeah, Aaron, start your own YouTube channel. There we are. And I'm just going to mat and layer that up. Let me just make sure I got my card blank going the right way, or otherwise it would be very it would be very embarrassing, wouldn't it? And there we go. I don't actually have any sentiments printed, or otherwise I would have popped a sentiment on it as well. But there we have it. A nice, lovely little card for somebody who we like. And I think that for a bit of an impromptu thing that I kind of didn't fully 110% plan, and I've done a little going in on the Brother Scan and Cut software so that we could actually get the stencil to use this. I think it's been a really successful little tutorial, and I'm actually really proud of it. I think it's quite good, especially for my standards. So that's that. So my next live, you'll be pleased to know, will be on Friday, the 29th of August. I will be bringing to you some more fun things to be making with some of Sheena's digital files on that one. And I'm going to be mixing them with a few other bits and pieces that I've got as well. I'm just going to keep a lid on it at the moment because it's yeah, I will just say an absolute massive thank you to everybody who has come in. You know what? Let's just do this. We're gonna go to this. I don't normally do this, but we're gonna do this. Right. A total numpty. Again, so sorry. I will say a massive. I just wanted to say a massive thank you to everybody that has rejoined me. I couldn't really tell you guys that I was ill at the time. There are still a few ongoing issues from that for me that I do have in hand, and I'll be getting resolved. So fingers crossed. I will be getting to a bit more of a normal schedule. My next live will be on the 29th. I don't know if I said that I would be using a few Sheena things and a few things that I have from elsewhere. A bit of a situation. So I'm going to leave it at that. Again, thank you all so much for being here. I love you all so very much. I will see you all on the next one. And have a wonderful day, evening, wherever you are in the world. If you do want to buy anything Sheena, have a look in the description of this box. I've put a link in there to her website to buy her digifiles and any of that kind of stuff. I've also put a link down there for her Facebook, which can lead you to her group, which is the Inkettes. I will be being quite active on that going forward with a lot of my design team stuff we'll be posting on there as well. I think that's all of the little gubbonsy bits that I've got to do. But yes, I will see you all on the next one. I love you all so much. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye.